I decided to take my mobile bike with its quadricycle. No, that's actually got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wheels on it. So I don't know what you call that. It's actually got 6 wheels. Anyway, I've decided to bring it back here in the back of my house, my little house I've had for 30 years. And I'll let you see it. Beautiful day, April. It's nice out. My house has, when the guy designed this house in 1957, this is supposed to be the front of the house right here, but he did not like people. So he built the house to where all his windows face the backyard right here. And there are no windows in the front. And we thought it was cool because it lets us look out on our own little estate. I guess you could call it that. And who wants to look on the street and see all these cars rushing by and weirdos and whoever else? Anyway, we're getting into painting right now, and we're going to do painting and shocks. And I'm going to explain how painting works. I was trained in auto body for 2 years between 1982 and 1984, which I graduated from college. So if any of you out there know more about painting, just don't comment because you don't know shit. Okay, besides my channel, and I'm God, and that's the way it is. DIOSpeedDEMON. Alright, now, paint has a certain way that it works, and that it weathers and ages, everything else. When you go to paint your panels or any of your colored paints, and of course these are a lot more technical, okay, because they're a lot more prettier. But when your paint will start to fail, is usually around the edges, around here, 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 up in here. And what happens is you may have good adhesion by sanding with your sandpaper. This is 400 grit. You don't use that. Usually it's 600 grit, but for this application I'm going to use 400 wet. You can get this whole thing perfectly sanded so that your paint will stick to it. I wonder where that shotgun is. Shut up! Anyway, I don't know how to edit sound, so I cannot edit that fucking dog out of my video. Anyway, what happens is when you sand, you create little scratches like right here. The paint gets in those scratches wet, and it expands and grabs hold of it. If the surface is too smooth, the paint won't stick. It has nothing to grab onto. It's like painting your window right here. Have you ever put paint on a window right here and you could peel it right off because it doesn't have anything to stick to? Getting back to my point, the thing is that around the edges is that you'll get all of your panel sanded, but you miss a couple of small points here, and that is water. As you can see, the water right here will come in from the back and get up underneath these edges, and they'll start to corrode or chip the paint away. So your water comes in, or dirt or whatever it is, oil, whatever, and you start to lose adhesion. So you should go about 1 inch in the back of all your panels. You can take either sandpaper, or this is another way you can do it. This is called Scotch-Brite. It comes in all kinds of grits. It used to just come in 1 grit, but it's basically a really rough, scratchable thing that you can scratch the edges if you want to do that. And then when I go to paint, I will paint the back of my edges first, just to get some on there, right around here, 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 here. Then I'll flip the piece, and I'll start on the other side. As you can see on... Hey, cat, what are you doing? He's looking for Mason. Mason's the other cat that I feed. I don't know where Mason went. Mason is a neighbor cat. Black and white. He's really cool. But for like this piece right here, this has got a little bit of baby powder on it because I'm really old and the baby powder helps me. But the first thing I did is, you can see where it's nice and shiny in the middle of this, but I went around all the way around the inside of the edges on my first pass. I flipped this over, and then I painted the rest of it. And I painted around here, and you want to take a look at where your pieces go, where they mount. This always is a tight fit right down here if you own a DIO or a Honda Elite. And what it does is that it always takes a lot of abuse right there. Also, it takes a lot of abuse going into your colored panels. So you've got to look for that. What I like to use, go on to the next video here.